They thought they could define you. A photograph, your face, your essence, delivered to a man whose life exists in shadows. A hitman, a professional in dealing with absolutes, hired to decipher your being. But here's the twist. They didn't send him to end you. They sent him to understand you, to unravel the storm that even they couldn't contain. And what did he see when he looked at you? He didn't see a target. No, he saw the scars. Beautiful, jagged reminders of battles fought and won. He saw the fire burning in your eyes, not as a spark, but as an inferno, wild and untamed. You weren't a person to him. You were chaos incarnate, a tempest that defied logic, and that terrified them. They wanted control, clarity, a way to dismantle you piece by piece. But all they uncovered was a force of nature, a paradox they couldn't explain. Destruction intertwined with creation, darkness tempered by light. You, my friend, are not a victim of their schemes. You're the master of the chaos within. Why do you think they handed over your photo in the first place? Was it jealousy? Fear? Perhaps a desperate attempt to tame the untamable? Whatever the reason, their mistake wasn't underestimating your strength. It was failing to see that their fear would fuel your rise. You are a symphony of contradictions. Every scar on your body, every shadow in your soul tells a story of resilience. They thought they could silence you with their assumptions, their judgments, their neat little boxes. But you shattered their illusions. You're not a statistic, not a chapter in their book. You're the whole damn story, raw and unapologetic. Here's the truth they can't accept. You are chaos. Not the kind that waits politely for permission, but the kind that storms in, flips the table, and leaves the room in flames. They wanted to predict your downfall, to write your ending. Instead, they've set the stage for your uprising. Let me tell you something about fear. It's not the absence of courage, it's the absence of control. And you are uncontrollable. They saw a glimpse of your potential and called it dangerous. But danger, that's your gift. That's what makes you unstoppable. When they look at you, they don't see a person. They see a mirror reflecting everything they fear about themselves. You don't conform to their rules, their expectations. You thrive in chaos, not because you choose to, but because it's who you are. And let me tell you, that kind of freedom terrifies them. You are the joker in their game of cards. They thought they were playing you, stacking the deck against you. But they forgot one thing. A joker doesn't play by the rules. A joker rewrites them. Now, you stand at a crossroads. The world is watching, trembling, waiting for your next move. Will you let their fear define you, or will you rise above, relentless and unapologetic, showing them what it means to live without limits? Here's the beauty of chaos. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't fit into neat little boxes or play nice with their fragile sense of control. Chaos destroys the old and makes way for the new. And you, my friend, are the embodiment of that evolution. They wanted to erase you, to extinguish the fire within. But what they failed to realize is this: you can't destroy what refuses to die. You can't kill chaos. You can only stand back and watch as it consumes everything in its path. So, what will you do now? Will you let their doubts, their judgments, their fears shape your story? Or will you rise, unyielding, and show them that you are more than a target on their list? You are not the hunted. You are the hunter. You are the beast they whispered about, the storm they never saw coming. You are chaos, pure and unrelenting. And here's the twist. They didn't send the hitman to destroy you. They sent him to witness your rise. When they sent the hitman, they believed they had written the final chapter of your story. They imagined your collapse, your quiet surrender to their calculated scheme. But here's the irony. Their attempt to break you was the very spark that ignited your ascent. The hitman, this figure shrouded in precision and finality, expected to see fear in your eyes. What he saw instead was defiance, an unyielding force that doesn't run, doesn't bow, doesn't break. He saw the weight of your battles, the depth of your scars, and he hesitated. Why? Because he realized that you are not prey. You are the storm that bends the hunter's will. You've become something they can't control, a force they can't predict. They didn't just hand over your photo, they handed over a warning. A warning that said, suck in, this one cannot be silenced, this one cannot be tamed. Every revolution starts with a choice. You stand on the precipice of greatness, the world trembling beneath your feet. Do you shrink back into their narrative, or do you forge your own? Let me remind you, chaos doesn't shrink. Chaos expands, consumes, and redefines. The question isn't whether you'll rise, it's how far. Will you let their fear shape your destiny, or will you harness it, turn it into the very fuel that propels you forward? The choice is yours. But know this, their expectations, their rules, their attempts to diminish you, they're nothing more than whispers in the wind compared to the roar of your potential. Here's the truth they can't face. You are not the product of their limitations. You are the architect of your survival. Every scar, every tear, every ounce of pain has been transformed into strength. You are not bound by their vision of you. You are bound only by the limits you choose to set or shatter. They wanted to predict your fall, but instead, they will witness your rise. They will see the hunted become the hunter, the victim become the victor. And in that moment, as they scramble to piece together their shattered delusions, they will realize one terrifying fact. You were never theirs to control. They see chaos as something to fear, something to suppress. But you see it as freedom. Chaos doesn't ask for approval. It doesn't wait for permission. It simply is. And that is your greatest weapon. You are not a player in their game. You're the one who flips the board, who rewrites the rules, who makes them question why they ever underestimated you. They sent a hitman, but what they truly unleashed was a revolution. You don't just survive, you thrive. You adapt, you ascend. So smile, not because they understand you, but because they never will. Smile because you've turned their fear into your fuel, their doubt into your drive. Smile because they thought they could end your story, but they only helped you write a new chapter, one where you stand undefeated, unapologetic, and unstoppable. They wanted to destroy you, but instead they have given you the stage. And now, as the world watches, you will show them what it means to be chaos incarnate. You will show them what it means to rise. And when the dust settles, they'll know one thing. You are not a target. You are not a statistic. You are the joker in their deck, the storm they never saw coming, the force that refuses to die. This is your moment. Seize it, own it, and let the world tremble as you unleash the chaos within. I will.